Hadily hodily, Mondo Fabulous here with a very special guest. Very special indeed, because he's my brother. FrogBoss here as well. Hey, FrogBoss.
What's up?
And we're going to talk about Birdie.
Yeah, Birdie.
Not birds. Birdie.
I can talk about birds all day.
We're talking about Birdie from the Street Fighter V Beta. Right?
Yeah, Birdie.
Now, it's only the second night of the beta, so these are initial impressions that we have of Birdie so far.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty sick character. I think he has most similarities with he's kind of like Zangief and Omega Red mixed into one character.
Okay, I did not see you going there.
Yeah.
How did you bring Omega Red into this?
Well, because Omega Red has all that screen control with his whips, and Birdie kind of has the chains and far reach of Zangief.
So he's using his chains more properly now than he did in Alpha.
Yeah, yes, that's very true. He's like if Zangief had control over the entire screen.
Really? So you think he has control over the entire screen now?
Well, he's always a threat, no matter where he is, I think. That's what I like about him. Because he's got really far-reaching normals, up to mid-screen away. And you always have, I think his farthing-reaching move is his hard jumping grab, and that's completely full screen, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken.
His hard jumping grab is his special move that he does on the ground.
Yes, the half circle back kick.
Half circle back kick, and the hard version sends him full screen.
Full screen.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what other special moves do you think are pretty notable from Birdie?
Well, his headbutt is kind of a staple, just combo ender. I don't think it's very useful because it's pretty unsafe. His uppercut, which is done by holding punch and releasing it, is a really good shoryuken. Yeah, you can kind of use it like a shoryuken. It's kind of hard to wake up with it. I always not do it by accident, but
I've noticed there's a lot of...
If you have a read on him, then it does lots of damage. One theme I've noticed with Birdie is if you have reads on him, there's no reason you should be losing.
Yeah, because I was going to say that with his anti-air special, the one that you hold and let go, there tends to be a lot of startup. But if the opponent is in the air, it seems to pretty much beat him no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it has a giant hitbox. I think it basically turns his upper body into a hitbox. And
now he's also got his chain special move where he starts twirling his chain and he'll throw it out.
The light, medium, and EX versions are they're meant to be projectile killers. It kind of treats it kind of like projectiles work in Mortal Kombat, where it'll pass through each other because it's not a true projectile, and if you grab them, the projectile will go through you. So it's as I said, if you get the read on them and you know that they're gonna throw a fireball, you just throw the chain out and you'll get a nice knockdown and you'll have an opportunity to eat some food.
Okay. Now, who do you feel are Birdie's better matchups in the beta so far?
His better matchups, I think he does pretty good against Cammy, probably first mostly because that rush down dive kick grappler matchup has always been kind of good for grapplers, in my opinion. And you can always punish Cammy's drill kicks with some lights into a headbutt or straight into your command throw.
Okay. Now what would you say is his worst matchup?
His worst matchup, I think, is probably Bison. Because normally for grapplers, I'd say his worst matchup would be someone projectiles, but since Birdie's an anti-projectile machine, his worst matchup is Bison because he has the hardest time punishing him. Bison can just scissor kicks and paint the wall all day, and the block stun will leave him at perfect distance for Birdie not to be punishing him.
Okay, yeah, see what you're talking about there. Now let's talk about his V skill. It's very unique.
It is. I think his V skill is the most. I think it's the most useful when used correctly, because if they're sitting full screen and they're not coming in at you, which you want them to be beside you because you're a grappler, you can just literally eat food all day. The eating food is faster than it seems.
And one donut.
The donut builds a third of a meter.
So you just need 3 to build 1 stock of
Exactly.
V meter.
Exactly. And I usually eat donuts when I notice that either I'm ahead and I don't feel the need to be using cans and bananas. Because if you're getting hit, you're going to be building B skill anyway.
Now let's talk about the can as well.
Oh, the can.
You like throwing that can
I
down.
really like throwing that can because the can really has a fast recovery, really long startup, but it has fast
It has
recovery.
fast recovery. I didn't know that.
Pretty decent recovery. Like you could chase after it like a light sonic boom would.
Oh, okay.
That's why I like using it, and I like dashing forward because it's really easy to confirm into standing hard. Like you could react to them getting hit by the can into the standing hard. It's later than you could think. And I also like doing it if they try and jump over it, be standing hard anyway, and they'll get anti-aired back onto the ground.
You'll catch him with the beginning portion of the standing hard.
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
he's swinging above his head.
Exactly.
Okay.
His standing hard, I think, is one of the best normals in the game. It's really good footsies, a really good anti-air. It's a really good, lots of damage. Birdie has a lot of damage.
It reaches about a third of the screen. It's
Yes,
a pretty far reaching normal.
Pretty far. I think
I think it's the farthest reaching normal in the game right now.
probably
Anybody
maybe
else?
like Bison Slide.
Okay, that's probably the
That's
farthest.
probably the only thing.
Okay, now do you have any other things you want to talk about with Birdie
With
that you want to let the people know?
I think Birdie's the trigger
that's
has
the
like
V-trigger.
the highest damage potential in the game because
It's ridiculous.
it's ridiculous. The way it's meant to be worked is it affects his headbutts mostly, and when he headbutts, it has more hits and it does more damage. But everything does more damage. But when you do a headbutt, it has armor and it'll take a big chunk. So I think if you stick to grabs, you'll be able to extend your V-trigger and get more damage out of it.
So it only drains on the headbutts?
It only quickly drains on the headbutts. If you grab, it doesn't drain
It just drains normally over
normally
time.
at normal speed, and it keeps the damage.
Okay. So there you have it, folks. Those are our impressions of Birdie with our resident Birdie expert, FrogBoss. Thanks for tuning in for our Birdie impressions. Special thanks to FrogBoss for giving us his thoughts. If you like donuts, energy drinks, or bananas, like Birdie does, please like below. If you don't like donuts, energy drinks, or bananas, or you want to see more videos, please subscribe. Keep watching if you want to see the rest of this match. Otherwise, you've just flown with Mondo Fabulous. Have a safe trip.